Thank you guys all for joining here. I am Nero, the host, DAPPS Center here. We got a live AMA with Olympus Game. Here is Mathieu. He is the co-founder and CEO of Olympus Game. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. Can you go ahead and briefly introduce yourself? Tell us who you are. Tell us a little bit about your background and your position with Olympus Game.
Sure thing. So yeah, as I said, my name is Mathieu. I'm French. I'm living in Sofia, Bulgaria. The headquarters of Olympus and the office are also in Sofia, Bulgaria. My main job is to be a video game seller. I'm doing this since more than 6 years. I work with many studios such as independent studios and also big studios such as Electronic Arts, Ubisoft. So globally, my job with them is to help them sell more of their games by selling to different companies, such as I work, for example, with HP, Burger King, companies like this. In Olympus, my job is to be the CEO, so which means that I'm managing the company and the project day by day. I'm managing the people working with us. I'm managing all the little projects we have in the company around Olympus Game. And also I manage all the strategy with the two associates working with us. And right now we have 25 people working on Olympus Game, but we're still growing and still recruiting as well.
Wow, you mentioned 25 people working on this? Wow.
Yeah, it takes a lot of people.
Right. Can you introduce some of the people that are working on this project? You know, their backgrounds and experience?
Yeah, sure. So first, let's start by, so there is me and the two associates. We manage the strategy of the project, so the whole strategy, okay, what are we doing? This happened, what do we do? So there is me, there is Joel, which is the co-founder as well. Him, like me, I'm more on the gaming part. He is really better on the crypto part, as he's a crypto investor since 2016, something like this. He was also an early investor on Axie Infinity and things like this, and he followed a lot the play to earn universe, so with Evolved and everything. Then we have Jim Dora, which is the manager of BD Multimedia, which is an investor in Olympus Game. And him is they work on the internet since 40 years now, since it got created with the first version of internet, and so now they want to make their company ready for Web3 as well. And he helped us on the payment side because they work on the payments. So like this, we can get accreditation, everything, for example, to make people able to do purchase by card and all the small things like this, which are a bit boring to manage, but it's really important. After there is the game development team. So we have one part of the team which is working in-house, so in our office. So we have, for example, the art director, the game designer, the blockchain developer. And then we have remote employees or freelancers. And also Unibit, which is a game studio pretty famous. They work on games such as wargaming.net. They worked on Cut the Rope, on Metro Exodus, on Ori, and I can say many more. So they work on many games, and they also help us to create the game together, to have a lot of people working on it and go fast, because we have kind of a tight roadmap to create such a game. And then the marketing team, which is composed of a few community managers, social media manager, business developer, and influencer manager, and one CMO to manage everyone.
Wow. Sounds like you have a pretty solid team, a lot of hands on the project. That's good. So let's talk about the game. Could you go ahead and explain to us what the Olympus Game is all about?
Yeah, sure. So Olympus Game is a Tower Rush strategic game in 3D. We made the game based on Greek mythology. So to make it easy, the idea is that the gameplay is really similar to the one of Clash Royale. So you have 3 towers, and you have to protect them while you attack the opponent, and you have to destroy his 3 towers. And the first to destroy the towers win the game. Each game will last between, if you're really good, 1 minute. If it's a bit more tight, it will be 4 or 5 minutes max. So each game is like this. It's always 1 versus 1 in multiplayer, which means that you don't play against bot or whatever. Play always against players. The game will be available on mobile and desktop, which makes you available to play it wherever you want and whenever you want. You don't need to get home to go on your browser to play the game. You can play it in the subway, or I don't know, while you're walking, or in the restaurant, whatever you want. And the gameplay will be, will be on the BNB chain. So BSC. And globally, the idea of what we are doing is to make a game fun to play, but also highly strategic. That's why also we have a big dimension of the game to make it famous in esports, as there is for now no really big games esport play to earn. I'm talking about play to earn games in esports. So that's one of our goals about this. And also one of the ideas is to make a game that people will love to play, not only for the money, but also because the game is actually really good and they love playing it.
Absolutely. Definitely gaming experience is key for sure. So you did mention that you can earn money playing this game. So how can the player earn money and what can they do with the Olympus token? Is it already available? Is it tradable?
Yeah, so the game is based on 2 tokens. It's a similar economy than, for example, let's say Axie Infinity, the most famous. There is the first token that the one which is available for investment, which is called Olymp. This token is used to enter the game. Like to enter the game, you need to purchase a first deck of cards, 8 cards. So this deck it will cost you a certain price in Olymp. So you need Olymp anyways to enter the play to part of the game. Then also you can trade characters and other things on the marketplace. The idea of this is that you need also Olymp to purchase and trade on the marketplace. After in game, when you earn rewards, when you earn the game, you will earn Olymp G, which is the other token. This token will be used to reward when you win a game. Also, it's important to understand that the idea is that the best you are in the game, the most you earn. Like the most level up you are in the game, the more you will earn. So yeah, it's also an idea to make people really interested about the game and play more because that's totally the idea. And after the Olymp G can be used to upgrade your characters, for example, or open chests to get new characters. And so right now we don't have the token are not for sale, or you can't buy the token, but we'll resume the ICO, so the sale of the token by this October, so in 2 months. And then in the end of the year in December the IDO, but during the ICO the price is way cheaper than the IDO price. And then we'll list the token in December, so it's not tradable yet, but it will be tradable in December.
Wow, nice. You said December?
Yeah.
Be traded? Wow, that's awesome. So what about the free-to-play part of the game? There's a free-to-play. Can players still earn money by joining the game mode, and will they play against other P2E players?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so what we wanted to do was to have two modes of free-to-play. There is one first mode, which is the really free-to-play basic. The idea of this mode is that it's like just a normal game without any blockchain technology on it. So you can't earn any coins or whatever. It's more like a demo mode. This idea, the idea was like, for example, if you tomorrow the game is launched and you want to trade quickly, just to see if it's something you like, you can just go on this. You can go on the game, directly play, understand, play 3 minutes. Okay, I like it, I don't like it. You don't need to connect your metamask to pay fees, to do whatever. Like you can directly play, understand if you like it and if you think it's good enough for you. Then we have the scholarship system, which is different because it's people play in this mode with the play to earn players, but they have to rent cards from the scholarship marketplace, which means that some people, for example, will want to invest in the game and have a character, so buy them. But after they can put them for rent, and you can rent one of these characters to play with it in the game for free. But every time you earn some money, you'll have to share a part of this of the money you earned with the owner of this NFT. So that's also another idea of how you can play for free and still earn money. Not as much as if you are playing play to earn, but still you will earn something. So yeah, that's good about this.
Wow, nice. That's awesome. So what about the game? When will it be released? Can you share with us where you are at the moment in terms of development?
Yeah. So the plan is to release it by December of this year, at the same moment as the listing of the token and everything. Also, it's something that we wanted to do, to not list the token for about 3 months before. We want to relist it when the game will be launched with marketing and everything, which we hope will make the price of the token go up and help really about this. So right now we are working on showing an alpha version of the game, which will be in November 2022. So yeah, this November. But this version will be only playable for from ICO or from other sale of Olymp. If you don't have Olymp, you'll not be able to play this version. Also, it will be made to find all the bugs and also get feedback about what people think. And like this, we'll have time just before the launch to resolve a bit everything and yeah, see about it. So about the game development, right now we just finished all the artificial intelligence of the characters, because this was one of the biggest part of the game, the most complex part. So right now we finished it, so it's kind of good because yeah, I think we have enough time to finish all the other things which are a bit easier to do than the artificial intelligence. We have a lot of work also on the game assets. It's like 60% of the game work is about the assets, because we want to do a game beautiful and there is 3D, so it's really a lot of work about yeah, 3D animation and everything. So this is almost finished. And also in September we are releasing like a mini game, which will not be totally a game, but it will be usable. And the idea of this game that people will be able to play it, and what they'll get in this mini game, it will be used for the real game after. Yeah, that's the idea. For now, it's not. We didn't announce it yet, so we'll announce it on our social media soon, and by the end of this month.
Awesome. So I see on the roadmap that there's an NFT box sales that is planned for next month. Can you go ahead and tell us more about that?
Yeah. So this is also related to the mini game. So the idea is that we'll offer 4 different type of boxes. The price will go from 30 BUSD, so USD, to 140 USD. We put this range price like this, like everyone can get something. Like if you want to go with the cheapest one, you can. If you want to go with the most expensive, you can as well. The idea is that in these boxes you'll get characters that you'll be able to use in the mini game, and these characters you'll be able to evolve them and make them have better things. Let's say I don't want to say too much now because we didn't announce this yet. But yeah, anyways, like you'll be able to play with these characters in the mini game, and then all the time you play in the mini game will be set to the real game, which means that you'll not lose your time. During this time, you will have a big advantage compared to the other player which doesn't run this mini game, because when the real game will start, you'll have like an evolved character more powerful than the other ones. So yeah. And also, it's the only time we'll put games for characters for sale, because after in the game, it's the players who generate the characters, not us. Like we can't after sell characters, because it's automatic. By the more you play, you get chests in the game. With this chest, you can pay to open them, and this chest you can get characters, and that's the idea. But after, we can't create our self game all chests, right? So yeah, that's good. But the idea, we'll go really more in detail in our social media, because for now it's not announced yet.
Okay, gotcha. So I'm actually gonna that ends our series of introductory questions. I'm actually going to pull up the website here now. So here's the website. I want you guys to be able to check out the links. He mentioned that there'll be social links. I'll be posting those down in description. So here's the website, guys. I'm going to send you guys the link here in the chat here as well. And then, of course, if you guys have any questions you'd like to ask, feel free to mention them in the live chat, and we will try to get them all answered by the end. I want to go ahead and start off. We do have 2 winners that I selected from our Twitter post that we made a few days ago. I'm going to be giving away to 2 winners a $100 prize pool, and it was to the best questions that we were able to find. I see some of you guys did post there was some repeat questions, so those I probably tried to stay away from. So obviously, if you're trying to ask like 20 or 30 questions, I'm probably not going to choose you, because then you're just trying to game the system here. But I found a few good ones here, so I want to first thank Eddie Steak, at Eddie Steak on Twitter, for answering this question. So here it is, Matthew. Let me ask you this question here for you. He says, do you have an audit certificate for the work of your audit for the project? If there isn't, do you plan on getting audited for the project to make sure the security of the project is more secure and reliable?
Yeah, exactly. So right now we don't have any audit because the blockchain contracts are not on testnet, even mainnet, because it will be like it will be by November, something like this. But yeah, we surely will do some audit. We're currently seeing with some audit company which one will pick. Maybe we'll do like 1 QA
guys hear that. They do have plans to get audited. And then thank you to another winner. We got Just Feed from Twitter. They said, what inspired you to create the Olympus game? Is there a story behind it?
Yeah, so to be honest, like we started a project with a co-founder, which is a friend of mine that I know since many years. Like we started discussing about this, and the idea came of a purely Olympus game. The idea came from him because he loves Greek mythology. So yeah, we were talking about different ideas we could add, and finally we found out that the ideas were connecting about this, like Greek mythology. So yeah, that's what made it happen.
All right. Awesome. So that finishes the two Twitter questions. So thank you, Just Vive and Eddie Steak. You guys are the winners. So please DM me on Twitter. I will get you your guys' rewards for that. So that will end the Twitter section. I actually have a personal question that I just thought of. Why did you guys choose Binance Smart Chain out of all the blockchains out there? Why BSC?
Yeah, so one of the idea of the project is to, we really want to do a mainstream play-to-earn game, which means that we want everyone, even people who are not even to crypto, to be able to enjoy the game and discover maybe crypto thanks to the game. So Binance was a good start about this because the smart chain is really open and easy to access. You don't need to do so much things compared to some better, let's say better blockchain made more for gaming. So that's one of the reasons, and also it's the fees are kind of cheap, and also it's the gas fees are cheap, so that's also a good thing. Even though there is cheaper, it's really easy to access to Binance Smart Chain, and very popular as well.
Yeah, I agree. It's Binance Smart Chain is one of the probably second or third now to Ethereum as far as the most popular. Fees are definitely very cheap too, so definitely agree with that. Let me go ahead and pull up the chat here. We got live chat here of people. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. We are going to start going through them here. Let's see here. I know we had audio issues at the beginning, but those are now fixed. Let me check here. How's crypto today? Oh, yeah. Crypto's down today, trading-wise. So they ask, where can we play Olympus game? Is it available on Android, iOS, desktop?
Yeah, so right now you can't play it because it will be released at the end of the year, December. But yeah, it will be available. So we're still discussing about this to know what we release first. But anyways, it will be like 1 month difference. But maybe it will be first available on browser, to play on browser. But also we made the game that you can also play on your phone from the browser, which means that even if you have to wait for the app, you can still be able to play it from the mobile. That's also a lot of work to make it like a really smooth with the mobile, to not be like a game, to be really usable. And just after 1 month, maybe after, it will be available on iOS and Android.
Awesome, that's great. So guys, be coming out here towards the end of the year. Let's see, we got any question? What countries will this be available? Is this going to be internationally? Is this just going to be in France, nationwide?
Yeah, so the browser part will be available everywhere. About the app, it will depend on the limitation. For example, I know that South Korea will not have access to the app because they're a black block there for the mobile app, and it depends on the legislation of every country about this. But for the browser, it will be available everywhere.
Great, that's awesome. Yeah, so is it going to be available in the Philippines? They said.
Yeah, of course.
Yep,
of course.
everywhere. Okay. Are you guys running any airdrop campaigns? As it is one of the best ways to bring the audience to new projects. So are you guys doing a plan to do so? If so, let us know.
Yeah, so right now we don't have any airdrop campaigns planned, but we have a lot of Blim giveaways planned, just giveaways in general. We also do a lot on our social media, so yeah.
So guys, make sure to join their social medias and stay up to date because they are doing giveaways so forth on their social media accounts. So you guys definitely want to jump in and follow them, especially on Twitter. I saw they got Discord, Telegram, and Instagram. Is there any other ones I'm missing?
No, yeah, that's good. Well, Instagram, we don't use it so much, but yeah, The best one is Twitter. Like for example, every week we have different contests, and yeah, you'll see this.
Here, guys, I will go ahead and pull up their Twitter right now so I can send you guys the link. Be sure to give them a follow and check out the giveaways there that they will be announcing for future announcements. There you guys go. Let's go ahead and move on. See if we got any other questions. They say animation looks really good. So what are the plans for the next coming years? We talk about, the game's going to be launching the end of this year. What's be after that? What's after the game launch?
Yeah, it's a good question actually, because the thing is we saw also in most of the Play-to-earn games that they launch the game, they do one update, and after they kind of make it die a bit. So what plan that we did, and for example that will really strictly follow, would be to do an update of the game every 3 months, like really a major update with new characters, new things in the game. For example, we'll put a guild system, donating system, and different things that you can see on the roadmap, and also after we'll see in the future what we can add. But for example, every 3 months there will be 18 characters in the game, making the game mechanic change, and the strategies and everything will change again, and you'll have to relearn everything. Also about the esports, we'll work a lot on this for the end of next year to make the first tournament of esports. As we allow the part of the tokenomics can be it's like $50 million in dollar value of technically what it can be. So yeah, that's the plan. The plan is first to do major updates, also to the marketing campaign next to this update, and the esports tournaments.
Okay, great. So I guess they did. Looks like I got another repeat question. They said something about the development roadmap for Olympus game project. What is it going to be for the future? I think we already answered that. So how long has it been taking to develop the game? So you guys have it in development right now. How long has it been taking? How long has it been since you guys started?
Yeah, so we started in January. But yeah, we started in January. In the first, we spent 2 months, I think, something like this, to just do the whole game design of the game, sort of, to really understand what we'll do in the game, how it will work, and all the play-to-earn things, the strategy, all the balances, and everything. And so then we started the pure development, the creation of the visual assets, and the technical part, the Unity engine, and everything, in March.
So is there a way to be able to play the game and earn money without buying the NFTs? That's what somebody asked.
Yeah, I said it a bit earlier. So yeah, there is a scholarship system, which makes you available to just rent NFTs from people who buy and don't play and want to rent. But also, by the way, about this, even if you play in play-to-earn modes, you can have from boxes many characters that you'll not play because you don't really like them. So you can also put them for rent. And like these people who don't want to put money, they can rent your characters, and you earn extra profits from your unused character.
How much would that cost to rent? Would it cost money to rent?
No, it doesn't cost money to rent. When you rent it for 5 hours.
Oh, okay.
And just you have to play with it. After, if you rent everything and never play the characters, do something, block your account or whatever. But yeah, the idea is that it will not cost anything. Just when you win game, you'll have to share the revenue with the owner of the NFT.
Awesome. Yep. So that's why you want those NFTs. That's the incentive there. Partners are the most important strength of an ecosystem of project. Can you tell us about project partners? Are there any partnerships that you guys have recently made, currently made, or already made, or do you have any partnerships lined up in the future?
Yeah, I can't give so much names, but so we started to do some partnership with some website which talks about the play-to-earn, also with some gaming guilds. It will be revealed from September to October because we're still planning everything. Also, we did a big partnership with a blockchain. Let's say with a blockchain provider. We can say the name, but say we'll announce it in September. It will be time for this. And so yeah, we're working right now a lot on partnerships. Maybe we are speaking with maybe 30% right now to make partnerships with different companies and yeah, different things. But yeah, it's also it's really important point for working on this.
Awesome. Let's see. We got any other questions? Let's see. So I'm interested in investing in your project. When and where can I buy your tokens? Is it already listed on exchanges? I think we already answered some of this, but we could go ahead and clear that up again for our viewers.
Yeah, small recap. So yeah, right now you can't purchase it. Also, it's not listed. It will be listed in December. You'll be able to purchase it from October because we'll restart the token sale for this. And again, after an IDO marks, you'll be able to purchase it for a bit more money in the months after.
Okay. Let's see. So, do you guys feel satisfied with the work in progress and achievements you've made so far? Is there any setbacks? If you could go back, is there anything you could done differently?
Yeah, honestly, we're really satisfied about what we're doing, especially on the whole design of the game and everything. I think it will be really a good game about this because we put so much work on to make something like high quality, I would say. We try to be good in time and do everything in time, but still to do high quality things. So I can say I'm really satisfied about this. About what I think I don't have really things. If I can say one thing, the worst thing that happened is that the market became really down when we started announcing the project and everything. But this, anyway, if we can't change anything about this. So yeah, that's it. But it's fine. We kind of came back on this and we figured it out to make everything happen still, and we're good on this. So that's a good thing.
Yep, absolutely. So where will the token be listed? You did mention it will be launched here in December. Where can we expect to purchase this, or where will it be listed?
Yeah, it's the same. It's also part of the partnership. We're currently discussing with some launch pads and also some exchange and different things. I can't really say so much, but for example, we're discussing with Bybit to list it. This should be fine. Also, with all the pancake swap and everything, this will not be a problem. And yeah, many other, but I can't really say until nothing is really official. So it's really like in crypto, usually these things you don't manage it now. You do it like 2-3 weeks before because it's everything is really short in crypto.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep, that's for sure. Somebody asked, how old are you?
I'm 24.
24 there. All right. So then somebody said you're French, and they thought you were attractive. So look like I'm looking for a P2E game. I guess I found it. There we go. So yeah, guys, thank you guys all. Looks like if you have any other questions, feel free to ask us. This is starting to conclude towards the end of our AMA. I appreciate all of those who are here today and participating with us. Thank you guys for all being here. Is there anything else you'd like to say, Mathieu, before we end this live AMA? Anything you'd like to say to our viewers right now?
Yeah, well, first, thank you everyone for being here and listening to us. And yeah, we'll have a lot of things happening in September, so stay tuned about this. There will be really big news and really interesting things to know about.
All right, you guys here. So like I said, thank you, Mathieu, for being here today. We definitely look forward to seeing how this project goes and watching it grow, and looking forward to it launch here in December. Thank you guys all for tuning in here. Be sure to check out the descriptions check out the links down in the description. Check out their socials. Stay up to date on announcements and so forth. They're going to be doing some giveaways and so forth, so definitely looking forward to that. Well, thank you guys all for tuning in. Mathieu, it's great. Nice meeting you. I look forward to hearing more about your project soon, so take it easy. I look forward to working with you more.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
All right. Thank you guys. Appreciate you all being here. So long. Make sure to like and subscribe if you have not done so already, and stay tuned for more to come. See you guys on the next one. It's Near here saying so long, adios, and have a great day.